Okay, losers bracket final, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Let's get the party started. Best of 5 is series on our hands here between the Washed Up and Menace team, the Hardstuck F tier. And there's of course a couple of things to talk about right away, since we also look at the old UI. I'm going to explain all of this in just a second, but let's introduce our players first. On the left side, Masquerade for Washed Up on Johanna. We got Hazops on Hanzo, Banana H on Stukov. We got Griefer aka Quasar on Urel, and Nick is playing a Tracer. And over to the right side of the map, Yaz on Lucio for the F tier. We got Main on Gul'dan, Tobos is muted on Blaze, Swamgrotta on Cassia, and Mopsio is playing Garrosh. Alright, let's go. So, we look at the old UI for a very simple reason. I started into the tournament, and the former games were all cast from replays 1 or 2 days after the tournament took place. Blizzard, on the other hand, dropped another short patch into our hands, and that means that all of the replays are now on the old patch. And unfortunately, that means I cannot use a proper UI and have to resort to the Blizzard UI, which is, let's face it, pretty horseshit for multiple reasons. You can't properly track any quest talent, you can't track baseline talents, and we don't have the medallion anymore. Now, it is what it is, but we're going to go through the series here. This is the best of 5, and we find ourselves in the losers bracket, or as Blizzard would call it, the lower bracket, because again, we were even told back in the days in HGC that we were never supposed to call it the losers bracket, because there are no losers, there are only winners over here. So, yeah. With that all said, let's check out game number 1. So we got our Hanzo setup in Battlefield of Eternity in our first map of the best of 5. Hanzo, pretty good against the Immortals, so that's what we are seeing on the side of Washed Up. When we're looking over towards the F tier, we got Lucio to zip around on the map quickly and make those fast rotations happen. That could help them if they can catch up on somebody. But I gotta say that I like the lineup for Washed Up a little bit more here right now. We currently have good Immortal damage coming in from them. Jojo can always come through and try and disrupt the opponent when they're attempting to take down the Immortal. Create a little bit of space here with the Condemn, move in with the Punish. Also just simply use her Shield Glare to attempt and yeah, just soak up a couple of shots through the blind. You have Tracer jumping into the backline, or at least trying to. Stuns can be followed up by Stukov with a good Lurking Arm. Topside camp gets taken, and that actually means that Washed Up gets both camps. Washed Up is gonna lock down both of the camps over here. And in the meantime, we have F tier coming down through the bottom of the map and saying, well, if you rotate top for the Khaldor camp, we're gonna drop your wall. And they take that out pretty quickly, or at least the biggest part of it. Now, Cassia, again, stacking on the level 1 here. We're gonna try and take a closer look at some of the stacks, at least later on. But again, as mentioned, it's a little bit tricky with this particular UI. I really wish that Blizzard would just, you know, instead of just giving us shitty anomalies that nobody wants and asked for, they could update the UI just a bit so that we can at least see the stacks on quests and give us a chance to also look at the baseline quests. I mean, wouldn't that be a better use of their time instead of just giving us stupid weather elements in the game and now the medallion, which pretty much everybody that is playing on any kind of decent level plays hates? Like, that would be a good investment. Just do it once, overhaul the UI a little bit. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, you don't have to completely redesign it, but give us at least some small updates so that we can track everything like we can in a proper UI. That should be one of the things that they focus on, and not like this bullshit that we're getting with these anomalies all the time. But again, either way, I'm already starting to rant again. Hazops over here, yeah, he's toast, so that's the first kill in the game, ladies. And that Archer is dead. They're looking for a follow-up kill against Urel here. They might even get it. Oh, and thanks to Banana H, they miss out on it. Urel is saved, at least for now. He came in with a boop and pushed them back. Sorry, Lucio came in with the boop, tried to push Urel out of position, but then Stukov moved in with the silence and the Lurking Arm, and that was all that they needed at this point. So, yeah, so far so good. I mean, right now we're looking at exactly the scenario that I painted earlier. We have already the move in for the Immortal. Both are fighting for it. The red team is losing out on it hard, by the way. I mean, very much so. That could be a kill, though, but they are investing so much time. They get the kill on Urel, but was that really worth it? The early level 7 is kind of neat, but it's not like the blue team is not going to pick that one up in time. And Urel, she probably wouldn't have been part of the move in the first place. She's probably going to move topside in just a little bit. Ooh, that's a nice setup. Would have been amazing if you would have any kind of damage dealer around. Could have been the end of Mena. But Gul'dan is still sitting tight there. They're already starting to poke this out. Easy peasy. 2 kills to 0 in favor of F tier, but they still have to defend. And they're doing well. They're doing well because Tracer still sitting up at the top. Uh-oh, that could even be a kill against Tobos. Nah, he's getting away. Tobos' unit is still getting attacked here. Down at the bottom of the map. First Immortal, didn't really scale too hard, doesn't do a whole lot, but at least takes down the wall. So there's that. Take the wall down, open that up, and take a small lead in experience. Nothing crazy, nothing to write home about, but still decent enough. So, with all this said and done, we got the Scat Arrow build more or less completed for Hanzo with the level 7 now. The Locked and Loaded is in for Tracer. The Divine Steed for Urel will allow quicker rotations between the lanes, which shouldn't really be a problem here. And again, no new habits on the level 1 for Blaze. We pointed it out in some of the previous games, especially when you don't really have a globe-heavy map, then you see those adjustments made sometimes. Mena still went on this level 1 into the stacking quest, so we're also going to keep a bit of an eye on that. At least can show it like this. Again, I know it's not pretty and it obstructs half the screen, but it lets us follow up at least on some of those stacks. 18 for Cassia, 13 for Gul'dan, so nothing really too crazy there yet either. For Gul'dan, it would be kind of important to get it around level 16. Once the Ruinous Affliction kicks in, you normally want to be in a position where you can take that. And they are also trying to take that fountain out at the bottom of the map now. And we've been talking in the past about fountains a lot, and whenever you have a chance to take a fountain down, especially on a fort, try and do that. It makes it so much more difficult for your opponent to hold the lane against you. And especially when your objective spawns, they won't be able to move in, re-tap, pre-tap, and come in for the fight. So a pretty good setup here right now for the blue team as we're headed into the second of those Immortals. But Jojo needs to be careful. So they have to be... Oh, there's the kill! Yep, as I said, needs to be careful. And that's the end as the level 10. And with 3 kills to 0, F tier takes a significant lead now all of a sudden. Yeah, losing out on the first Immortal cost them a lot of HP on their fort as well. But now they have an opportunity to win the halftime show more or less for free. And they're going to try to do exactly that. Min is currently sitting tight. Tracer is up at the top, unfortunately for the blue team. Hanzo isn't here yet. He's now making his way over and starting to chunk that down. And it's actually kind of impressive. That lineup is so good on the Immortal push compared to what F tier has in their arsenal that they nearly drew even in the halftime show. Now, not quite, there's a bit of a difference in HP, but with Hanzo now on the point, they might overtake them. I'm actually a little bit afraid for them. If Urel jumps in, look, here comes the shield clear any second right now, so that helps. Urel also distracts them a little bit. Blaze is trying the same play on the left side, but this is gonna be a big play. Yeah, ults are coming out, there's the Horrify, and nearly a kill against Urel, but she gets the ult in. And now they can make a move right here, but the fight shifts over to the blue team's Immortal, and that gives F tier a chance to lock it down. Well done. First objective for them. Still the lead in kills. So far, so good. And let's see what they can pull off with this one. Since the wall has already been destroyed and they also took the fountain down, fort will be destroyed. I would be shocked if that doesn't happen. The only way to save the fort would be to force an early fight behind the Immortal and then try and take it, but I don't really see that happening. Now that Urel is at the bottom of the map, you can already see that they're not even trying to do that. Big shove coming out. Then again, Jojo is moving out here, but that fort is toast. Bigger question is what happens on the keep. Urel pushed out the bot lane though. That means that at the bottom of the map, the red team could lose that fort. There's no catapults just yet though, and now that the minion wave came in at the perfect moment in time, the defense should be there. But it's at least going to take a little bit of damage. Topside then again, that's where we currently have our attack coming through once more. Yeah, trying to make the play. Going straight in. Big arrow coming out. Follow-up attempt by Dequaza on his Urel. But they cannot get the kill, and the bunker is on the ground in time to save the rest of the team here. So yeah, job well done. Alright. Now, we got still the wall opened up. Camp is taken immediately now too, as they're going for this one. Still not a single kill for the blue team, by the way. Still have not gotten a single kill over here. Okay, Urel. I like the enthusiasm, don't get me wrong. Jumps into the mercenary camp with a bit of a war cry over here. I was like, yeah. Du mich auch. Okay, so Tracer is still zipping around as Nick is of course hoping to bring the pain towards the backline here. He's going to be looking for Cassia, he's going to be looking also for Yasuo whenever he gets a chance. Now, it's still fairly even on experience, but there is now a solid lead for F tier when it comes to structural position on the map. They have also an earlier level 13 that they will probably be able to rely upon, maybe even force a fight. So there's a lot of things working in their favor now, but it's not like they've won the game or anything. They don't have a lead that is that big, but if they can snowball this a little bit far harder through maybe the next objective, there's an opportunity that they walk away with it. But time will tell. For the time being, it's just pressure that we're seeing here. Yeah, there's an arrow, bless shield. Okay, they're trying with a follow-up. That didn't really work out, though. And the idea was good. The coordination just didn't quite work out, and they were lacking a bit of damage in that situation. We can still try and make a play here. The Horrify is being used by Mena, though. Another big shove coming in, and that's not the only thing that is starting to join the fight. Nope, we also have Urel jumping in from the top again. So far without the ult here. Still keeps that cooldown, and now that the Immortals are spawning in another couple of seconds, the teams should both be on level 13 by the time. And of course, Shaman camps are once again important. You want to time them with the objective, you want to force your opponent to retreat from the middle of the map and defend the lane, which will give you ample of opportunity to put some damage onto the Immortal yourself, so or take at least a good position for the upcoming fight. Now that we have the violent reaction out though, there is solid follow-up, and Mena has the wave clear with Gul'dan that allows him to easily defend the bot lane, which he just did. At least towards the camp, but he has to stay a bit longer to also deal with the Shaman camp here. Yeah. Then again, there's the taunt, and Tracer, oh, careful. Yeah, Nick is in trouble. He makes it out, but barely. Honestly, it's a miracle that he was able to survive this one, but still, he needed to retreat here. Mena is still firing this out and taking the Shaman down. But as you can tell, at the top of the map, nobody has dealt with this camp yet. So there's two heroes committing their time now to dealing with it. And that's, of course, just the go button or the go queue for F tier to move in and take the position around the blue team's Immortal. They see two heroes top side, and that's immediately the moment where they go for it. Big arrow coming out, nice. Connecting with 3. Follow-up is a bit late, but they're trying to make the play for Mopsio. Here comes the sound barrier. Well done by Lucio, the Horrify. Creates some space, and another kill for F tier. They come in swinging, they take down Johanna, and that is kill number 4 against 0. And of course they want more, they go for Nick. Tracer trying to turn it here. Mopsio's a bit low, gets the heal, and still tries to create some havoc there in the back line. Needs to be careful that he doesn't go down, but that's a great jet propulsion from Blaze, and he's able to set this up. But kill number 1 for Washed Up, finally. It took them 12 minutes to get the first kill, and then Lucio was taken down. 1 kill to 4 right now, and yeah, off we go. Still 50% nearly eliminated on the blue team's Immortal. So Washed Up has lost a bit of ground. Another opportunity to also showcase our stacks real quickly. Cassia on 45, 34 on Gul'dan, so he is getting closer to completing his quest talent. Talking about completed quest talents, Hanzo has been able to deal with his. Slight damage upgrade for you guys too. Cassia leading the charge with the 37,000 that she was able to bring to the table thus far. And in we go. Banana H gets attacked, and ooh, he just walks out. Stuka was just saying, see ya. But blue team caught up. It's more or less dead even on the Immortal HP now. So the advantage that we saw for the red team is pretty much gone. If they want to still take this one, we really need to buckle up now. And they're trying to. They're bringing the fight in. Hanzo is a bit far away. They're going to lose out on it, aren't they? Even with Hanzo. Ooh, yes, they are. They reduced the shield to 4,000 HP. But that is still the end of Immortal number 3. Yeah, I gotta say, game number 1 is best of 5 over here. F tier is currently looking decent. And let's not forget, we are in the losers bracket, everybody. So if you lose the series, you are out of the tournament. The winner moves on to the grand final to face off against Lauber's team, against the Snowflakes. Oh, that also is another kill. First they were able to drop Garrosh, but then with the Jet Propulsion connect against Urel, she gets locked down too. That's the end of her. There's a bit more posturing happening by the red team as they are looking for keep damage. Tracer the only one attempting to deal with the bottom of the map, and that Immortal has already dealt with a fort. Here then again, we still have the attempt to get some damage in. They are not really getting too much done, but if Mene can just fire away a couple more corruptions, they might have a chance. But this, of course, is the end of Stukov. Stands too far out, gets caught. Overstate is welcome a little bit in that situation. Mene completes his level 1 quest now too. Ruinous Affliction is in. Kill against Hanzo. They are crushing. Holy macaroni, baby. This is getting rough. Really, really rough for Team Washed Up. I mean, they are suffering right now. 7 kills against 2, losing the keep here. They haven't even taken down a fort yet. They haven't taken out a single fort yet in this game, and they're just losing ground by the minute. It's honestly getting a bit bonkers. And, well, Washed Up, they got level 16, so that's a good thing. They got level 16. Level 20 won't be ready for their opponents either by the time that the next objective is on the map. So there's that. So you really need to make sure that you're taking that 16 talent fight and then win the next Immortal. If they lose out on Immortal number 4, it's pretty much lights out. So can't afford to do that. Need to be a bit careful with it. But yeah, they're trying to trap a little bit up at the top. There's nothing really to bait anybody in though. And now here comes the push through the bottom of the map by the red team. Now, don't forget, they don't have to be aggressive here. They can still try and wait this out a little bit more. They are the ones who are in the better position. The top lane is pushing with consistent catapults against Washed Up. Down here, Mopsio, careful. Don't want to feed now. Don't want to start full-on grief mode at this point. If they can, of course, siege up, that's great. But as I said, they don't have to. Here comes the arrow. Is the follow-up there? Nope, not this time. Medallion also getting used as both teams are looking for an easy kill, but they can't find it yet. The Immortals already announced, and this is going to be the important one, just as I said. They had to come in again, trying to make the play, and there's the kill against Lucio. Lucio down, Nick carrying the team here, putting on the backpack, going straight in with the sexy calves and carrying the team to at least victory in the team fight. Cassia's down as well, and this should be an easy Immortal now for Washed Up. They're even chasing Blaze, and can they get that kill? Nah, Mopsio's there. Mopsio's there, saving them right away. So at this point, what do we have? We currently are looking at, again, the team's taking their shaman camps. Yeah, you're all thinking about it. Do I jump in? Maybe not today. Halftime show is already reached, and obviously what Washed Up needs is a bit of momentum when they're looking for it. They are going to try and take the Immortal down as quickly as they can, preserve most of the shield for themselves, and then take a fort. And ideally, of course, you are hoping for a keep here. That would be a great kill if they can get it, and they're trying to. They're trying. Can they get a push? Nah, Mopsio reacts quickly. Is able to walk away. No body blocking. Throws the target out. So they are still fine. But the push at the top is now at least going to take the fort. And honestly, anything that Washed Up can do at the top lane now is going to be a bit of a win for them. If they take the fort down, they will at least have catapults on every third wave, which is important to make sure that the top lane is not going to be under too much pressure as the game continues. If they are able to also eliminate the keep itself, then of course that would just be fantastic. That would put them, I mean, pretty much on even footing with the opponent. Experience is more or less dead even now again. An early level 20 for one of the teams would, of course, also give them a bit of a lead. Maybe they can force a fight around it. But we'll actually see. So, as we go, let's have a bit of a look at Urel. Because she's jumping in from the side, looking for an opportunity. Blaze with a quick bunker. They're burning it down. And he still is able to make it out. And Immortal even zoning them out a little bit. That jet propulsion was needed. And the fort is the only thing that they get, isn't it? They take a tower down, they drop the gate, but they won't be able to get the keep. They can easily get the bottom fort though, so that will put them on the exact same situation that their opponent is on the bottom of the map. So good for them. Structural speaking, they are even. Level 20 might still be soon enough for them. Oh, big arrow. Missing completely. Yeah, we are not missing it. But did they get the stone talents? No, not yet. Let's take a quick look at Cassia and her stack. She's at 67 as Lucio falls. He's down. Mopsio's there. Ball of lightning. And can they get another kill? Mopsio's a bit low. If they can get that kill, then they're going... Oh, the blessed shield missing Cassia. Oh, yeah, that was unfortunate. That would have been a kill against Cassia for sure. A Masquerade whiffing the ult. They might still be able to get the kill against Blaze then. And honestly, any kill that they can get right now would be fantastic. Yep, that's 3 down. So now you're on the map with a 5 versus 3 situation. You can either go for the camps, and it seems like that's what they're deciding to do here. But opening up the bottom of the map a little bit would help them as well. Just try and take that down as quickly as you can. Move in and take the next objective if there's an opportunity. Radiating Faith for Masquerade on the level 20 now. We got the bullseye. And off we go. Oh no! The staggered kill! Ah, the worst case scenario. Cassia is down. Staggered deaths against the red team. Yeah. Once that Blaze is back, that's going to be a 30-second window where Cassia is still down. And just look at how they are setting this up now. They go for the camp on the left side. They know the Immortals are spawning soon. They apply some additional pressure at the bottom of the map. Immortals are up, so you can shift Hazorbs over. This is getting real weird. I mean, F tier was so far ahead over here. They were in a great spot. They took a keep down. They had 7 kills to 2, and now the entire scenario has shifted. It's 8 kills against 7 in favor of Washed Up, and they are in a great spot on the map. They have a 5 versus 4 situation going right now, and, well, that is very likely going to be another Immortal in the hands of Washed Up. And we're 20 minutes in now. Oh, don't tell me they get that kill too. The arrow! Yes! Well, they can't get this one, and that's the end of Tracer. Nice idea, good attempt, but now they find themselves in an awkward spot. It looked great, and all of a sudden, they are the ones that are at a numeric disadvantage. The back end... Oh! The play! Stukov setting the kill up. Baby! That one was nice. Locks Mane down. Mane gets murdered. Blaze barely escapes. Now it's a 4 versus 4. What a brawl all of a sudden. Banana H is on the run with Stukov. Bot lane gets also pushed in by the camp. Let's not forget about that. Nobody's dealing with it right now. Somebody will have to. And they need to send someone back. I guess Blaze is going to be the one to deal with it. But that still means that the blue team can now come in and try to annihilate the remaining points on the Immortal. And again, they're not fighting for this. Thankfully for them, that Shaman will still fall. But there's a catapult pushing in now too. That could still mean damage on the keep itself. Nice follow-up attempt against Mopsio here. Not quite working out. He comes in with a taunt against Urel. Maybe a bit too soon. Blessed Shield is hitting him hard. And that could be the end of him. Mopsio is down and they're locking everybody else into the arrow. It connects. And they're going for it as the keep at the bot lane starts to lose hit points. They can go for the Immortal. Keep is falling farther and farther in HP. It will survive, but it's gonna be low. And Cassia is dead. Hazorb showing no mercy whatsoever right here. Comes in and drops Cassia just as she thought she might survive after all. The Quasar are still moving out here, looking fine so far. But that's a big Immortal through the top lane now. That's nearly 100% shield, what we're seeing here. Nearly 100%. And what are they gonna do? Are they gonna try and flank? They can't possibly think that they are gonna be able to backdoor this. What? Really? That would be a weird move. Where are you trying to go with this? Go through the keep? Seriously? That's a weird backdoor attempt right there. With nobody, like with those 3 heroes? Okay, that's desperation right there. They are desperate. There's no way you're taking that core. No way. I mean, none whatsoever. I don't even know why all of them are moving back. Yeah. This is going to be a disaster. 1 down, 2 down. He is on the run. And yeah, that's not working either. By the way, arrow, just saying. And yeah, he can bunker up all day long, but that's not going to do anything. Now the Immortal still takes the keep down. Again, I still don't understand why they sent everybody back. There was no way that this would work. Blaze is finally dead too. Bottom keep is still standing. But I guess they tried to force them to Hearthstone back, and that was a success. But the problem, of course, is everybody dies, then it doesn't do anything for you, does it now? There's the lockdown against Mopsio. And that, ladies and gentlemen, looks like it's going to be game, isn't it? Svamgrota is also in trouble. He's not the only one. The core is also in a whole lot of pain. Gets attacked as we speak, and that's going to be game number 1. Washed up with a 1-0 lead in the best of 5 here in the losers bracket final against the Hardstuck F tier. GG. Game number 2, the best of 5 continues, and it's getting wild, everybody. It's getting really wild. What's happening here? The F tier was in the lead on map number 1, and then they lost it, and now they just went full on down the rabbit hole, didn't they? Washed up on the left side with the Hazorbs on Greymane. We got Banana H on Brightwing, Masquerade on Johanna, Nick on Genji, and Dequaza is playing Malthael. Yeah, and over to the right side, this is where things got a bit wild here. We got Mopsio on Cho and Tobos Mutant on Gal. Mena is playing Zagara again. Svamgrota on Chromie, and Yasu is playing Oriel. So I feel like I have to a little bit more context here. Mena kind of likes to play Zagara, and honestly, I gotta admit that if you're playing Storm League or something and just want to fun around a bit, why not? But in a competitive setup, Zagara is pretty horseshit. And against the lineup that is being played right now on the side of Washed Up, I think that is especially true. Because Zagara is lacking escape mechanisms. Now, if you are able to cover the entire map in creep, that might not be the case so much, but usually if you're playing on a high level, people will take your creep down very reliably. And once that's the case, then you have to deal with that Genji, you have to deal with the Greymane, you have to deal also with... I mean, honestly, everybody on that side can be a threat to her. So, while Zagara can be a lot of fun to play, and I think that played a huge role in this particular draft, since they're memeing a little bit, I think Mena is gonna have a pretty tough time here. If Zagara is left to her own devices, she can be insane. She can be a lane pusher, she can also build up a ton of damage if nobody deals with her. But if you have any kind of mobile hero that says, okay, it's farm time, baby, then Zagara usually suffers a lot in these games on that level. And I kind of feel I have to stress this again. Like, there's always people that jump into the comment section and say, like, dude, like, that one hero is like, I have really good results with this. I hate to break it to you guys. Nobody gives a flying fuck what kind of results you have with a hero in your Storm League matches. Nobody cares. Storm League is not the same thing as competitive play. You are watching competitive plays here, and there is a meta for a reason, and certain heroes, while they are fun to play, they are just not holding a candle to other choices that you have in that same role. And that's just reality. So while you might absolutely dominate with the hero in Storm League, that doesn't come as a surprise, because Storm League is an uncoordinated shit show, like, from the get-go. Whereas if you're looking towards competitive, these people know what they're doing. The rotations matter, there's small nuances of advantages that you're trying to build up for yourself, and that will add up over time. The margin of error that you can afford yourself here is incredibly tiny compared to what's happening in Storm League games or Quick Match, and some of the heroes just don't hold a candle here. Zagara is one of them, another one would be Artanis. The discussion is always coming in, and the same is true for certain talent picks. How often have we gone over Secret Weapon, for example, which Blizzard tried to buff again, and it fails once more? Like, we've gone over these things so many times, and some people still don't understand what competitive is all about. It's a different game, for sure, if you compare it to your Storm League experience. And if you ever want to experience it, as I said in the past, check out Heroes Lounge. Heroes Lounge is an amateur competitive scene where you can play. They have divisions for every player, no matter what kind of skill you are. And if you are the one savior that will bring Zagara, you know, to the top of the meta, then you will be able to prove that by rising through the ranks, making it into Division 1, and then eventually ending up in competitive tournaments where you can show everybody that Zagara was actually underestimated the entire time. Just to name one example. So, with that little tangent, I hope that made things a little bit more clearer. We have the first objective up. Banana H is already on the channel here, down at the bottom of the map. We're currently trying to see who grabs this one. Genji is already doing what I said earlier. He's starting to farm Mena. So yeah, Nick might not get him right now, but you can already tell that we are at level 7, and Zagara is already suffering from these attacks. So Mena needs to be careful here. And just imagine how this is going to look when we're talking about heroic abilities. Moputed, sounds a little bit like Mopsio Muted, which seems like his preferred state of things. Is nearly going down there too. And well, there's the second channel on the altar, and Mena has still not completed the one up at the top. So, I don't know, but you gotta be careful. You don't want to end up full in A with a 40-0 over here. Mene gets the channel and prevents the worst. And, yeah, Oriel trying to whip them into shape over here. So far, that didn't really quite happen. Didn't connect it yet, but we'll see. Now, we got a couple of talents, obviously, already coming in here that we can talk about later. Important to notice that we actually don't have any kind of serrated spines or something on level 1 for Zagara, but immense spines instead, so there's that. We had the stacks coming in, I think the last time they was trying to play a little bit with the hero here. So there's that. And, well, let's also take a little bit of a look at the stacking process. Only one for Oriel right now as the camp is being taken. Keep in mind, we got the Dragon's Claw right over here. Also have now the Massacre coming in, and Mene is focusing on a Baneling build outside of the level 4 talent choice, at least for now. 1 kill against 0, level lead already, so the blue team is doing extremely well, if you think about it. There's already a lot of towers that have been eliminated and have been taken down here. They're starting to make their way through the top lane in the attempt to, well, damage the bell tower here. And I gotta say that Mene is completely left to his own devices here. I don't really know what's happening, but someone on the side of F tier has to rotate and help him out a little bit. It's one of the problems if you're playing Cho'Gall here, of course, since you're running into an issue when you're forced into rotations. Cho'Gall eliminates one body against you. Now, the big bad ogre stacks into the late game, of course. Chromia, on the other hand, she got slapped around. Yay! Shut up. For some reason she likes it, but yeah, in 10 seconds she's back and can experience that again. That's the second time that she actually died, so both of the kills were against the little gnome there. One would say that was on purpose. Level 10, gonna be ready any second now. And off we go. Masquerade already half stoning back. Top side has taken damage. The charging sheep right here. The sheep charges in and yep. One single altar is ready. Seems like someone is waiting for the rotation, but Zagara is not moving in. That could have been a quick kill. Everybody hoping for Mene to overstep, since Zagara can be easily taken out if you do that nicely. But the fight continues at the bottom. And now level 10 is in with also the falling sword. And Gnomi is having some problems again. Is down once more. Yeah, Oriel, Yasuo is dead too, and that's 2 heroes down. Told you, Dragon Blade is going to absolutely wreck over here. Nick is having a field day with this. He can go up against Cigar with the Dragon Blade, but even that he doesn't really have to. Hazu's fighting, 4 shots are fired. The 2 of them are still fighting out the top lane here, and Mene has to tap the fountain. But as this happens, the bot lane gets pushed away, and they're trying to take the bell tower down with the minion wave that's coming in right now. I honestly think that they are going to be able to make that work. I mean, generally speaking, if you're looking at the lineup that is currently being played here by the red team, outside of the Chromie pick, you really feel like F tier is not so much a team name, but more so a challenge. Like, we're only going to pick F tier heroes, we're going to make it work anyways. So far, that mandate hasn't really worked out. Ooh, nice whip. Nicely done. Can't take Nick down, though. Talking about taking things down. Seems like Mopsio is... Oh, nice, Aegis. I like it. Me likey. That would have been a kill. Well done. Well done, well done. Yeah, but Chromie definitely a little bit too high up in the meta to be considered F tier over here. Everybody else, then again, is pretty much falling short compared to alternatives on those in those roles. And they're getting crushed again. Oh, the more! Baby! He hits the triple! Yes! The double and the triple kill. That's how you play Zagara. Value, baby. Controlling the choke point and absolutely crushing it. I like it. That was cool. That was actually really cool. Did not expect that, but oh boy, Mene popping off over here. Well done. 3 kills against 4, and all of a sudden F tier might be back a little bit. They are about to reconvert the bell tower at the bottom left, but they are still suffering hit point losses at the top and at the bottom. So even if they get it here, there is a lot of comeback potential for Washed Up. So the 3 kills are awesome, but let's not overvalue that just yet. Oriel, on the other hand, is now getting 5 shots connected for the team at the bottom of the map, so that's already a huge win. Yes, there's a bit of pressure against Svamkarota. Jojo's moving out. 28 points against 31 now on the core. And Greymin is still pushing the top. Not even trying to fight over here. Just trying to go for some bell tower conversion too. Zagara and Greymin now both moving into the middle though as he pushed the wave out. They're trying to go for Mopsio again. And Greymane is ready. Ready for some action. How's coming through here? Oriel still looking for the next whip. And they're trying to make the play for Mopsio. He's low. He's in trouble. Mopsio. Aegis is out. And there's the last rites. Last Right's gonna kill him. He just dropped it on him. Last Right's gonna take him down. There it is. And here comes again the Genji show. Nick is having a field day with this. He's looking for Swamgrota. Doesn't commit to it yet, but pokes out against the bell tower just a tiny little bit. 3 shots are fired and connect. In the meantime, we have the pumpkins taken. They're level and a bit ahead of their opponent now with 7 kills to 3. And the damage output, 23,000 for Genji. Gal has currently 23,000. Actually, Cho has 23,000. Gal is sitting at 19k. Damn, what is Gal doing here? Sleeping on the job, I would think. Just being carried around here, literally. And Mane goes down. This is actually the first time that he has fallen. Chromia is the one that was just like hardcore feeding. This is the problem. Bell tower conversion at the bottom of the map. Bell tower conversion at the top of the map. I told you, they're looking at a real tricky spot now. Because this one is gonna get reconverted automatically by the minion waves as long as Jojo cleans up the waves right over here. Which means the only bell tower that you're really holding on to is the one in the middle, and this one is getting attacked too. They could lose to the barrage here. They're 24 points against 37. This doesn't sound too bad, but this could very, very quickly now turn heavily against F tier. This could be a slaughter. Next objective is thankfully only a single altar, so that helps them a bit. But damn. Yep, that's another one down. Trying to push at the bottom, and they will... Guys, this is disaster. It's an absolute disaster. They need to take this back quickly. And they do. And they do. They burn it down. Can they at least get one shot? It does. Yeah, they actually save it. They save the one at the bottom right. The barrage is starting. The barrage is starting. Damn. That is... Yeah. The first shot is fired. They can challenge this one. Rotation into the middle. They have to do something here, and they're trying to. But this is starting to get real dicey. They reconvert the one in the middle. But that is 20 points now on the core. And the channel in the middle is now possible too. So that would give them another 6 shots fired. Unless they can reconvert the bottom bell tower as quickly as they can. But it doesn't seem like likely. And there we go. Bam! Goodbye. 14 to 31. Whew. They reconvert the bot lane, so all good in the hood for now. But that hurt. Now, let's take another look at the damage. Cho is still doing his thing, sitting at 24,000. We currently got 28k for Genji, who had to be Maud, by the way. They're not going to get that kill. Nah. The whip doesn't do anything either. Yasuo, a little bit disappointing. Not good on the whip here. Yeah, you can. I mean, again, that guy does not have some kind of sex dungeon or something in his basement. I can tell you that much. He's no Indiana Jones either. Both of those characters would be just way, way better at handling the whip, and so far he's disappointing. Got a couple of stacks together, but we've seen better. Definitely, especially on the North American side. They're a little bit more... Exactly. So 16 talents are in. And you don't want to fight this. There we go. That's a whip right there. Good boy. But can they go for Mopsio? You don't want to fight, boys. You don't have level 16. They have the advantage. They have the talent spike. Nice. Look at it. I'm calling him out, and all of a sudden Yasuo's just murdering it with that whip. Indiana Jones confirmed after all. Nice job by him. Saves the target. But here comes the play, and the Aegis denies it. Yasuo saving his team's ass. The bell tower gets converted. We have a triple altar phase coming up. They could lose the game here. It's 10 points against 31. They get the kill against Genji, though. Genji is down. But again, 17 seconds until bell towers are going to be back. But Masquerade falls to the red team. Come back, baby. 6.5 out of 10 right here. Nequaza trying to get the kill. Whip misses. And Brightwing is too late. Brightwing is too late. Triple altar is up. They can make the plays right now. Let's go, ladies. Banana Age down at the bottom of the map, already trying to interrupt the channel. Uh-oh. Whip that Brightwing. Yeah. Banana gets out. Top side interrupted. Hazu. Not like this. No. Greymane is dead too. The Fruit Fly is the only survivor. They get the second altar. They're going to get all 3. They're going to get all 3 over here. Another whip, another hit, another kill. 5-man team whip. Oh, they got murdered over here. Congratulations. Nicely done by F tier. Well played, well played. Well-deserved applause. Well-deserved applause as they are looking for the third one. 25-10. Here we go. Bottom of the map. Reconversion. Yeah, I want to time that properly. And they do. That's another... Yeah. Wah, wah. Should have just waited another 2 seconds. Only 3 shots fired, not 4. Let's hope that doesn't come back to bite them in the ass. Right now we got 10-22. F tier is looking much better though. They nearly caught up in experience. They have caught up in kills, which is great. But a lot of this was because of the staggered deaths that we just saw a second ago. Maybe washed up going into this a little bit too cocky into the last team fight. But they are still ahead in experience. And now that they're pushing out the top lane, there's a solid chance that they're going to get an early level 20. The only question is really, what can they do with it? Let's take a quick look also at the damage output. We still got the 35,000 here on the side of Cho'Gall. 65,000 if you combine the two. 34k for Genji. And here comes Greymane at the top bell tower again, trying to reconvert that quickly. But this time the defense is underway as they're rotating in. Level 20 is close though, and Brightwing is adding some value thanks to the global that she controls now. 1 bell tower, if you get 1 and you get both altars, then you are it. That would be a 2-0 lead in the best of 5. And they're already starting to push through the top lane a little bit more aggressively. Yeah, Jojo, are they going to make a play here? No. Unstoppable frame's already triggered, so there's that. And they're burning this one down. But now Greymane is going to get the top. Yeah, Greymane is going to get this one. And it's going to get worse, because in the middle of the map, there's a chance that they're getting this one as well. Maybe not quite now, but they are prepping for it. So Greymane chunks down the top bell tower. That means that this is a 5 versus 3 situation again. So you get both altars, you end the game. And they have the level 20. They got it. Cooldown reduction for Johanna on the level 20. Can jump onto the back here. A little bit more of an escort down at the bottom of the map. Seems like they are totally willing to just go for a 1-1 trade. And indeed they do. But that puts us now into single digits. Single digits for the red team. 19 against 5. So you escort... You get another altar at this situation, you win. You get the boss once it's up again, you're making it a close call. And the boss is up in another 38. Putting them down to a single point on the core would already be a big win. They're trying to make the play. Are we going to see the trade again with the Aegis? He still has his ult ready. Malthael, that is. But so does Yasuo. And Yasuo, honestly, is just waiting the entire time for the last ride to come out. It's pretty much the only job that he has. Well, not the only job that he has, but when it comes to the ult, that's his focus. Make sure that you deny any kind of last ride kill to Malthael. Someone wants to have another camp over here. Yeah, Yasuo's on it. And they're going for the trade in the middle. Why wouldn't they? At the bottom of the map, they're taking 1 bell tower, so good for them. But it's immediately traded against the one in the middle of the map. So it's another 5 versus 3 situation. Now the good thing is that at least the bot lane control is a bit more important, of course. And F tier will now have a chance to start coming in with some of the camps. Also, Jojo has to jump out. No cooldown reduction for her here, so sitting at 46. We're going to try and make the play up at the top side. Seems likely. The problem is that the pumpkins are making their way through. Team? Hello? Hello? Are you serious? No fucking way. All 3 connect. Damn. That's 2 points on the core. They get the boss as an exchange. But now we have a double altar down at the bottom of the map. And they are reconverting the bell tower as well. I am not sure if that was really worth it. That is a rough spot to be in now. 15 against 2 points on those cores. Definitely still manageable, but this is not going to be easy. They need to win both. They need to win both of the altars. That's a tall order at this point, honestly. Now, Genji is already active in the middle, and Mena is the one on Zagara who's trying to force him back here. But that will be real tricky. Yeah. Opsio sitting there, okay. Trying to sneak it in, at least Genji is. Nice whip, good job. A little bit of some Grotta damage coming in too. Everybody's just poking. They're just poking from the outside, looking for any kind of opportunity. A little bit more damage here also against Mopsio again. The bullet is still ready for Hazo, so he could start to chunk him down if he wanted to. Yeah, hit the bullet. Try and make that work. Genji still sitting in the middle. Down here, ults are already being used. Okay, Masquerade dropping his one as well. Yeah, falling sword, and the bullet is out once more as they're going for Masquerade, trying to take him down here, but Brightwing coming in with a save for now. Chromie, does she get it? Yes, he gets the channel. Chromie gets the channel. We're down to a single altar. That's only 2 shots fired. 2 shots fired, single altar on the map right now. And Zagara is channeling it through. Mene saves the day for the team right now. They have it. 11 against 2. This isn't over. This is still a tricky spot, of course, for F tier. But they now reconverted the bell tower in the middle of the map thanks to the minion waves that were pushing out. And we have, for the longest time in this game, not seen a kill yet. So, again, the question is, who can win the next fight? Who can go for it? And F tier is surprisingly competitive with what they're playing here. Hazu still a bit low. Chromie is dead. Uh-oh. The Maw only hitting Malthael. He still has his ult up, but he dies to Mopsio, to Cho'Gall. 4 versus 4 situation on the map now. Another hit again against Cho'Gall though. Late game Cho'Gall, best Cho'Gall. That guy is a beast in the late game, but that's could be the end of it. Molten Block activated to drop Malthael's damage, and Malthael is of course back to business. No one can stop death, baby. They're jumping on Mene. Zagara doesn't have anything to escape here. I said it before, and that's the big problem with that hero. Once again, they're going into the backline right now. Zagara already taken down. They're waiting. Ooh, can they get the kill? Nice whip. They want to steal this one away, and Malthael is dead again. We are still fighting for it, aren't we? I gotta admit that F tier is doing way better with this draft than they should now. But the late game Cho'Gall definitely helping them here. But I still have a tough time seeing how this is going to end well for them as the game continues. Because Mene is just now in trouble against Genji every single time, and you can already see that it's more or less Farm City at this point. The big problem is Cho'Gall for sure, who is just absolutely incredible at this point. If you're this late into the game, then that hero definitely adds a lot to composition. And with Molten Block, with Aegis and all those survivability tools, you have a lot that keeps you alive. And as long as he doesn't fall, they are still okay. But they're falling farther and farther behind here, just in general. But another channel for Swarmgrotta and his boys. And that drops the blue team down to the single digits now. 8 against 2. Now, there was definitely that moment in the mid-game where Washed Up, I think, took this a little bit too easy and was just memeing around as well. And they are probably starting to regret this a little bit, saying like, guys, why did we just feed into them and, yeah, get staggered deaths twice in a row for no real reason, just to meme it? Probably should make sure that we coordinate the next effort properly, or we might actually be in trouble over here. But yeah, quick look also at stacks in general. We have only a single stack currently on the level 10 ability of Malthael. So he has only a 5-second cooldown reduction here. Nothing else for him. Besides that, the damage output, 66,000 for Gal now, finally overtaking Cho. And 53,000 for Greymane, who's hitting bullet after bullet against Cho'Gall whenever he can. And Cho'Gall is still fighting here as well. Greymane is of course chunking down the middle. This could have ended so much sooner in favor of Washed Up, to be frank, because they controlled all of the bell towers previously. And then they just overstayed their welcome a little bit, but now they're starting to pay the price here. They are realizing that this is getting much tougher, because they took this a little bit too easy in the mid-game. But right now, they are still poking and waiting for an opportunity. And again, the situation is the same. If they can jump on Mene, then they can pretty much take him down immediately. They have to be careful with the Maw, of course. There's a couple of tools that can be used against them here. But with heroes like Genji and Brightwing, there's a lot that they can do. But they're starting to lose some bell towers as well. It doesn't change the fact that with only 2 points on the core, that doesn't even matter. 1 altar channel is all that's needed for Washed Up to win the game here. It's more so a question of how quickly can the red team come back. And Mopsio is suffering. Oh my god. Chromie is already moving down to the bottom. So is Genji, by the way. Nobody else is right now. That's a problem. Yeah, Swarmgrotta needs to be very careful here. Hits the first shot, that's good. But they are now trying to split them. And with Cho'Gall on the other side, this is actually a good choice. So 3 are going for the top. Down at the bottom of the map, you have support plus Genji against support plus Chromie. Top side, they're still playing around the boss. And obviously, you have to cover both. Here's the Aegis, already baited out. Ult from Genji. Brightwing comes in. Helps Nick out. Rest of the team is rotating over. Cho'Gall is a little bit late. Mene is a little bit late. Brightwing is going for the channel. They're zoning them out completely. And this is a problem. And... no, they interrupt, but Chromie's dead. Chromie is dead, so is Oriel. They exploited Cho'Gall, they rotated around him, and that's all that they needed to do. play the macro game against Cho'Gall. You have 5 buddies on the map, they only have 4, and they use this perfectly. Creating a hotspot at the boss, moving down for the altar. Yeah, Marthel goes down, but he comes back, and of course this is just a cleanup job at this point. Yeah, Mopsio is the last one to be taken down here. Cho'Gall is about to fall. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is gonna be game. Coming in, easy peasy, 8 points against 2. Nicely done and well played. Brightwing with the channel right down here. That's a 2-0 lead in the best of 5 series. Washed up against F tier in the losers bracket final. Game number 3. Could be the last one, honestly. I mean, this is going to be the potential last map of the series. Unless, of course, F tier decides that it's time for the reverse sweep. And it's comeback time. We'll find out if they can pull it off. And Cursed Hollow for our third map. And on the left side, we got Hazu Ops for Washed Up on Junkrat. We got Banana H on Deckard Kane. Dequaza on Urel, Nick on Cassia, and Masquerade on Tyrael. On the right side of the map, Team F tier with Svampgarotta on Chromie, Main on Hanzo, Mopsio on Jojo. We got Diva in here by Tobos, and Yasu on Brightwing. More of a normal setup that we are seeing right now from the red team. A little bit of stacking going on from Cassia right away on the level 1. The Diva plays, of course, also something to be seen here. And yeah, I'm kind of excited to see what they can pull off in this situation right now. Because for F tier, there's quite a bit on the line. If you drop out right now, then you are 3rd place in the tournament. And that would mean Washed Up advances to have a bit of a rematch against Lauber's team, the Snowflakes, in the grand final of the tournament. So at this point, F tier is going to be highly motivated to show off their skills and bring this back slowly, win on Cursed Hollow, and put some pressure onto Washed Up in the series. But the blue team has so far done pretty well. I mean, again, maybe in the last map, they needed to play this a little bit more disciplined in the middle of the game, but generally speaking, the results speak for themselves here, of course. We have them with a 2-0 lead, and doing well thus far. All the way up at the top, Griefer, aka Rayquaza, is playing it out against Diva. We already have, of course, teams looking towards the camps. As usual. Oh, actually, not as usual. Normally, when you have the objective spawning here, you would have expected the blue team to go for their camp here first. Instead, we actually have him taking the Siege Giants. That's kind of interesting. I wonder if Hazo takes it right away, or if they just leave it up. And he actually claims it. Okay. Not timing it around the objective. Now, that is a little bit unorthodox. Normally, you will always see the players go for this camp first if the objective spawns away from their Siege Giant camp, which is the case here. But yep, they're going to try and set this up at the top for them. So a little bit of a variation here, bit of a different setup, and they can still move through the middle. Maybe they were also just like worried that this camp could do a little bit too much damage, so yeah. Either way, as it stands, we have our camps about to be taken. First objective is going to spawn at the bottom of the map. That's where the first tribute comes in. All the way up at the top, we already have our little bit of an interplay between Dequaza and Mopsio here, who's trying to clear these waves as quickly as he can. Has also the cooldown reduction now on the Condemn with his level 4 ability, so that's going to make it a bit easier. And try to make, yeah, to clear the wave as fast as possible. But yeah, that camp gets actually timed quite nicely, so they will be able to defend the camp on the other side with the help of a bit of tower damage, which you can see right now, especially of course since Junkrat can also go for the displacement, as he just did. And they have their own camp then pushing and could use that to maybe even break through the middle a little bit. Tyrael is also in here. Tyrael is always one of those interesting heroes that will make it back. Like in any kind of tournament, you will always see some Tyraels. He's not really the most prioritized tank these days, but with Sanctification as one of your tools, you will always find value. And for example, on this map, since you have 2 bosses and a lot of really close quarter areas where you can have a fight in one of these corridors, Tyrael's Sanctification is just absolutely nuts and can really win you the fight here. And when it comes to a showdown on a boss spot, then having that Sanctification is just an absolute dream. Mene realizes that he's gonna get some company in just a second, so he falls back from the channel, doesn't even try to go for it, doesn't want to die here, but he can still interrupt as well. That's exactly what we see him doing now. Brightwing taking the top, I like it. So Yasuo is attempting to get some global value before he starts to move down to the bottom of the map. Haven't really seen that yet, but let's check that out. I mean, Brightwing's problem with the side lane is that the wave clear on the hero is not really all that great, but if you can just soak a bit of extra experience, keep maybe Urel on the lane a little bit longer, and then if need be you move back down, that's a decent spot to be in. D.Va on the other hand is already moving around here too. Goes up against Hazu. Bot lane is also fighting this one out, but well, I don't know what to say. D.Va's in trouble, and with trouble I mean she is likely gonna die here. Nah, actually, did he just save her? I think that might have been able to do a bit more damage, no? Nah, she would have probably pushed her way out anyways. Okay, either way, I got a bit tricky there for just a second, but D.Va made it out. So now that we're looking at the first tribute, still, we have our fight focusing onto Yasuo instead, and Trashwing is dead. Yeah, Fruit Fly is down, and that's the end of it, and Mopsio is also dead. That's the double kill, that's the first tribute. That's a solid start. That's a triple kill even, holy hell! Chromie is dead too, taking 3 heroes down, and now they have a lot of map control. Especially since Mena is so low and apparently doesn't have the cooldown anymore for the fountain that he has to even Hearthstone. They're gonna lose the entire wall here. Jeez, they're gonna lose more than that, aren't they? They might lose the fountain, which more or less takes the entire control of the bot lane away. Oh, guys, that one hurts. That one really hurts. Holy shit. Yeah, fountain is gonna fall here, and they're even putting damage onto the fort itself. Yeah, take that down as quickly as you can, and boom, goodbye. As long as they don't die here, they are in an insane spot. Urel is already dealing with the next camp at the top left, creating a bit more topside pressure. But look at the experience lead in and of itself. That's nearly a level lead, around level 10. I wonder what they do with the level 10 ability. Do you go for boss here? I mean, you want to do something, right? You have such a big window of opportunity that you want to do something with it. Either go for a boss, go for a fort, go maybe for like a fight. You definitely just don't want to let that go to waste. They get the tribute. I mean, that was a freebie with a level 10. But yeah, they make the play for boss. And the reaction of the red team has to be moving to the top side boss instead. But they don't. Instead, they think they have enough time to fight this one out. They might have, honestly. They might just have the time for that, because their own level 10 is now there. So the blue team lets it leash, but Cassia might still be... Okay, so they're trying to get the damage in right now. There's the Riptire. They're already isolating Mopsio. Jojo backed into a corner. That's not where she wants to be. And there we go. Well, actually, I don't know her that well. Maybe she does, but whatever. Here comes the quick ult on Tyrael's side to save the rest of the team. Mopsio made it out, but only because he used the ult to jump away from it. And at the bottom of the map, the Siege Giants still do a little bit of work here, and that's the end of Junkrat. Siege Giants were not the ones to take him down, but, well, it was the Chromie damage that eventually dropped him. So, nicely done. The peasants over here are also watching, by the way. Yeah, that's a nice show. That's good seats, by the way. Those cost a lot of money. So, there's the counter kill against Johanna as Mopsio falls. And Urel in the meantime is just sitting topside and saying like, I don't really care what you guys are doing. I'm just going to go for the objective once that it's up. But the fight doesn't really stop. So we still have a bit of a battle happening bot side. Brightwing moved back, can then jump in with the global again. Of course, for her, it was more so of a mono issue than anything else. With that magic spit on level 4. Disgusting talent. Disgusting talent. Name. And Nick is going straight in for the next boss attempt. He's sitting at 24 stacks. Nothing really too crazy. A lot of the times we're looking at roughly 40 stacks at 8 minutes into the game. Not so on this one. They're trying to go for the counterplay topside now, and with Hanzo committing 2 serrated arrows on level 4, that means that they should be able to grab this one quite quickly without any problems. Almost. I mean, he was looking at it, thinking about maybe doing something about it. This one is going to be taken down here. It will take longer. They just don't have the same... Like, they have with Tyrael a great hero that with Sanctification can control the space, but they don't have a hero that can do as much damage to a boss like, let's say, Jimmy with Exterminator, Bala with Monster Hunter, or Hanzo, of course, with his level 4. So now you see FTR rotating in and saying, well, guys, we're going to take this. Oh, beautiful. Get wrecked! What a sexy setup! Double boss play and a triple kill. Mit Ansage. I mean, I don't know what to say, but that one was a bit predictable, if I'm going to be honest about it. So they get murdered in this one. Holy shit. Easy kills right there. Now we got 4 kills to 4. Double boss on the map. And Team Mopsiomene is going for it. Yeah, that one hurt. That one hurt a lot. And again, it's because you have Hanzo. Hanzo is able to just help you chunk down the boss so much quicker. Then they rotate it down to the bottom. Hanzo comes in with another arrow, connects that to, they steal a camp away. There's pretty much pressure on every single lane. Now, the good thing is we're early in the game, so all of these things haven't scaled hard enough yet to be a huge problem. But they're ignoring the bot side completely right now because they want to go for the curse. And let's face it, that's Washed Up's ticket back into the game. If they can curse F tier, then they have a chance. Yeah, there's the interrupt against Yasu. D.Va is down though, and that's not the only one, is it? Yasu might be in trouble too. Pull him off, alright. They're chasing a bit more down here. Mene goes down, and that's a curse. That's a curse, and that's 2 heroes down. And they want to go for more. Yasu's in trouble too. They take the wave down, no problem here. Yasu's just running. He's just like, let me out of here. Let me out. I got bad news for you, bro. You guys are cursed, and that means that you do not have a keep here. Yasu looks for anything that he can blink on. Not happening. Maybe. There we have it. The chase through the base. And in the meantime, Chromie is down as the old man hits her with a stick. Yeah, bot lane gets pressured. Now we have Jojo also in trouble. Brightwing is moving in again. The top fort, by the way, has already fallen at the bottom of the map. It seems like Junkrat is going to deliver another one. And the fight continues in the middle as well. Arrow comes through, hits 2. They're going for the fight. They get the kill against Cassia. This game. Oh, experience nearly equal. They're both on 15. And here comes the attack against the bottom fort. Are they going to get this one? They might still be able to grab it. I mean, Brightwing is trying to take the back minions out because they are the ones doing the real damage. But there's more jumping in now. Now that Urel sees that Mopsio is moving in from the top, though, you have Urel moving out as well. So, what did this curse actually do? I mean, it's even experience right now. You got a fort. They did damage on other structures too, but they didn't get too much done. Nice follow-up attempt by Deckard Cain here, but he couldn't really make it happen. They're still trying to go for Brightwing. Yasu's jumping around like a bunny on speed. I mean, honestly, that fruit fly is on crack. It's just flying around the entire time, hoppity hop from one to another. I mean, more bounces than a rabbit over here. This is getting kind of bonkers at this point. Yeah, Mopsio also slight trouble for him. And yeah, in the meantime, another camp about to be taken. So they're starting to go straight for that. Bottom of the map, there we go. Here comes the attack against Nick. Cassia coming in for the damage, still alive. They're pushing it past the fort right now in the attempt to go for it. And the Lulnado is hitting nothing but dead air. Yeah, fort has fallen though. They got the fort. They got the fort. They might not have gotten an additional kill, but the fort is down. Now we have level 16 for both teams. Interestingly enough, it's actually F tier that is slightly ahead in experience. But the talents are the same. Vision is taken topside now too. And yeah, with them taking the wave down here in the back, this fort is now gone. Alright, goodbye. Fort down. And in the middle of the map, of course, still a bit of a brawl happening. I kind of gotta say that it's a bit of an interesting series. I mean, from game 1 to game 2, now to game 3, it always feels like it could go either way. It seems like Washed Up at the end of the day has a bit more discipline when it comes to the execution of their plays, and therefore also justifiably in a 2-0 lead. Can they make that third game happen though? Can they advance to the winner bracket final? Or, the grand final? Or are we going to have a fourth map and F tier slowly inching their way back into this series? Because a reverse swap, while not impossible, is always a tall order. But they might just be able to make that happen. Now, on the damage output, Chromie is sitting at 24,000. Doesn't really hold a candle to Cassia yet, who's sitting at solid 34. So Nick is really going for a bit more stacking right now. Is at this point at 43. As I said, it's not really an insane stack amount by any means. Oftentimes we are seeing Cassia players, especially with Dino, for example, plays it, that have 40 stacks already around the 8-minute mark, so now we're already way deeper into the game. But Nick is still able to do a whole lot of damage here with his build and the lineup that he uses. Now, still another boss about to be taken, and they haven't figured that out yet. I don't think they know. So, they are going for the channel at the bottom. Urel knows, but can they actually fight this? Cassia isn't here yet, so they are not going for it. They let the boss slide, Arrow comes out. Lulnado, okay, covering the retreat. All good in the hood. For now, they are totally fine. But the problem still is that now the first boss has been taken. They have to react to it. We're now 13 minutes into the game. There's no fort anymore, so it's going to march straight for the bottom keep, and you gotta take care of this. Which technically could allow F tier to go into a second boss at the bottom of the map. They got vision of Hardstuck, now they have vision of Cassia too, and that is normally one of those moments where you can say, hey, are we going for boss here? We have Hanzo, we might just have the damage output to raise it down, but they're hoping for a kill. I don't think they're gonna get it though. Masquerade can always go for a Sank, and he doesn't even have to use his ult here. So yeah, no double boss. This is still going to do a bit of damage and break through parts of the wall, but it's not going to do enough. 5 kills against 7. Still another opportunity to get one more tribute. Nobody's going to curse anybody just yet. We'll see tribute number 2 one way or another. Junkrat again. Typical laugh right here. Right, and here comes again the play with Tyrael. Tribute is up. Push in the middle, by the way. So they got their own camp. Arrow, this time missing completely. Everything. Fight then again, still ongoing. A little bit more damage thanks to the ball of lightning. And Mopsio, uh-oh. Can they isolate him? Lockdown attempt. He jumps out. Nick wants him. They're trying to follow up on it, but they can't. That was a good attempt here, but they won't be able to do it. Second tribute is now claimed by Washed Up, and now they can also go for boss. And again, that camp in the middle of the map is still going strong, so they are about to take this fort down just with the help of this camp. But even in a 4 versus 5 situation, it seems like F tier is willing to contest the boss at the bottom of the map. Bit of a ballsy move, to be honest with you. I guess at the end of the day, they're only going to try and buy some time here. But of course, if they can get a kill, that would be great. And Hazu is low. But you always have to consider that if you lose a hero, if they lose Turbos, that would be a disaster. That's a staggered death if it happens. He barely survives, but that was a clutch call. Camp is still active in the middle. Hasn't taken down the fort yet, but it's getting close. And the fight is still raging on. Can they go for that extra kill? They want Mopsio, and they will get Mopsio. And he dies just as Hanzo is back. Staggered death against the tank. Another tribute soon up on the map. Level 20 talents are getting closer, which means that now you can also go for Curse again. And now, at level 20, that Curse is going to do a whole lot more. You will be able to push a lot down. Ballsy move, really? Stealing that away? Now they are cursed. The channel has happened. Push in the middle. And now that Tyrael has moved down to the bottom, they also had to retreat and leave the boss alone. I don't really think that it was too serious of an attempt anyways. Now the fort is going to fall in the mid lane one way or another. The question is more so, can they take a keep down? And this is honestly what you gotta aim for at this point. You want to go for that keep. And they're going to try. Can they pull that off though? 9 kills against 5. You got the level 20 talents now in for both teams. They're still posturing a little bit in the middle. And the middle is already open. But Jojo is back in 4 seconds, and while the top lane and the bot lane are soon going to pressure through minion pressure alone, they haven't really done anything against structures yet. So over here, that keep is starting to go down a little bit. Arrow, but only short distance against Nick. That didn't really do a whole lot. Hazops is coming in, trying to go for the interrupt. Mopsio, Mopsio, Mopsio. Careful. Brightwing comes through and helps out. Top lane, by the way, yep, that one is taking damage right now. Nobody's defending this. Bot lane, similar situation. 7 more seconds on the curse. And mid lane has suffered as well. Jojo has moved up to the top. Keep has taken damage, but it's still in play. And at the bottom of the map, the gate is now getting attacked too. But they're sieging up in the middle. Once more, here comes the jump. Mopsio with a cooldown reduction on it. Trying to get a little more. Lulnado, baby. Mopsio is still fine. Washed Up might lose Urel. Oh my god, Quasar. Cutting it a little bit close there, huh? Gets out, but holy shit. Oh. Mena? I was just waiting for the scatter arrow kill, but he couldn't get it. Where's Nick sitting on the stacks? Nick is sitting at 79 at this point. Yeah, and they're trying to use those stacks against Mopsio again. A lot of pressure, but still no keep down. That's a bit of a problem. 20 versus 20. It's going down to the wire again in this game, isn't it? Love the cooldown reduction here too. Brightwing as usual with the invisible friends. They should rename their talent. We all know that Brightwing doesn't have any real friends. They're all imaginary. They always have been. Oh, the arrow missing. Banana Age, the Juke Master 2000. Nice. Saw that arrow coming from a mile away and just jukes out on it like a boss. That would have been a beautiful kill for F tier. They are so close turning this one around. They are behind, but these fights, they are close. If they just get a little bit of momentum, that's all that they need here. Now, it's again a boss at the top. And this time it gets contested. This time they're sitting in there saying like, nope, ain't happening. Can't get this one for free. Well, actually, they're not saying that. They're rotating in the middle instead, and they're saying, hey, if you take the boss, we take the keep. I'm not so sure. They're playing around this a little bit right now. And topside boss gets taken. Mopsio moves in and claims it. Guys, this is an 18-minute boss. So, congratulations, you just took the keep, but aren't you going to lose your own now? Is the red team pushing with this? That's a bigger question. But yeah, there's the polymorph as they're trying to go for Tyrael. Okay, he jumps out. And the top boss is still moving in. 19 minutes into the game, that bad boy is gonna hurt a little bit. Now, the wall has already been touched earlier. One keep down, that's a big lead. But the problem is, even if you can defend against the boss, there's a second one to be grabbed, and that bottom keep doesn't look that much better either. I am not so sure if that was a good move by Washed Up. If they were afraid of fighting on the boss spot, then maybe. But right now, the keep is suffering. There's exactly the move that I just called. They're going for the boss as we speak, and they're going to take this one. Well, actually, they want to fight. They want to fight. They might not take it after all. They're jumping in. There's the interrupt, and the kill. They interrupted the sanctification, but the boss is stolen anyways. The top keep is about to fall. They take D.Va down. Arrow comes through. Can they get a kill? They need to do more damage. Again, the boss has taken the top keep. So Washed Up wants to... They kind of want to end with this. Even the core might take some damage. If it does, it's not going to take a lot. I guess at the end of the day, the shield is probably not gonna fall, but the bot lane attack has to be a solid one now. Yeah, there's 96% on the core, so they actually lost a few hit points, and they're gonna lose more because the two catapults are gonna zoom in on the keep now. So right now, Washed Up, they have to make a big play. It's a 4 versus 4 on the map. 4 versus 4, keep is the minimum. Keep at this point is the minimum of what you're trying to accomplish. That is... Yeah, that's also catapults at the top. Guys, they're losing. 87% on the core. We are in Winion territory slowly. They're not even getting the keep. Not even the keep is falling. They had to send Urel back 78%. There's another tribute up, and they have to fight for the tribute too. Ooh. I mean, if they don't fight here, then they're gonna get cursed, and they're gonna lose at least the bottom keep. Oh, this is getting tricky. This is getting really rough now. I don't really know how they're gonna play around with this. Because the thing is, F tier, they can let this tribute slide. They don't even have to go for it. Fight another fight here. Try to go for the team fight. Okay, maybe they can get the kill here. Chromie, Swamp Grotta, Sanctification. Beautiful Sanctification. And they get the Chromie kill. Chromie kill after Sanctification. Arrow cam, by the way. And in the meantime, top side... They're still pushing this. 5 versus 4. That's the chance to at least take a keep. Bot keep has to fall. That's the minimum right there. Bot keep is the minimum. What else do you do? Can you get another kill? That's the question. If they can, they might be able to go for core. Second keep is down. Second keep is down. And now, of course, do you move for core? They don't have the sanctification any longer. But 30 seconds until Chromie is back. 30 seconds for that. Top keep could be attacked now too. Trying for the ball of lightning. Maynard jumps out. Here comes Mopsio again. Moving in with the falling sword. Looking for the cooldown reduction to jump once more. And he's getting it. Mopsio's still alive. 3 seconds for his ult. They're getting pushed back. They can't end here. Unless they find some way to kill a hero, there's no way for them to end this. And here comes the aggression. F tier pushes it. Maybe a little bit too deep. They don't have Chromie. 5 versus 4. They're still willing to fight. Catapults on the red team's core as we have Hazu channeling the tribute. And those catapults have to be taken out. We are now 22 minutes into the game. This hurts. This honestly hurts. Shield barely intact. What a game again. This entire series has been awesome. I want game 4. I want game 5. 68,000 damage now from Hanzo. Look at the damage output on Cassia. She's at 100,000 damage nearly. Yeah, looking into the triple digits. Okay, what else are we gonna see here? Well, it's bosses. Yeah, well, this one is still on a minute and 45. This one is still on 50 seconds. Next tribute, more important for F tier. So I guess the blue team has to fight for it. Red team kind of let it slide. This, depending on how long this lasts, the camp at the top might be what really brings it. And actually, with the catapults moving in, I don't really think that it's going to get to the keep. I was thinking maybe it can take the keep down. Oh, only one arrow connects. Is that a kill? Tyrael? Nah, he's still alive. Tyrael is alive. They kept Masquerade in play. Sanctification, it's ready again. They're going for D.Va. They're going for D.Va. They're getting D.Va. D.Va is down. 5 versus 4 once again. Should be able to take the tribute here. The only question that remains is, can they get more? It's always for more. This tribute, F tier can let it go. I said it before and I say it again. It's only the second one for Washed Up, so there's no need to go too deep now and overextend. You're in a 5 versus 4 situation. Move back, take the L for now, and just play for time. But of course, Washed Up, they want to push this. They want to at least get the keep at the top. Maybe take some camps away. Oh, boss is up 2. Boss is up 2, and Sanctification. Sanctification has been used, but they still got the little Nado. They still got the little Nado that they could use here. So boss gets attacked. Oh, that boss would end the game. That boss would pretty much end the game if they can get it. Right now, here comes the push already onto Chromie. Swamgrota is a bit low. Mane is also not looking too hot here. And the boss gets attacked. They're just poking from the outside. Mopsio jumps in. Wants to make the play here against Masquerade. Gets immediately turned on. They're still playing around the boss here. Mane again with poking. One hit after another. They're looking for the boss up at the top. Yeah, Urel jumps in, trying to control the space here. Keep Deckard Cain in mind. Yasuo is low. Yasuo's in trouble. Yasuo might die. Yasuo! They take the boss. They want to. And they claim it. The boss is taken. D.Va is back, but she arrives a bit too late. Catapults on the core again. Double connect. And they are doing damage. Talking about damage. Jojo is down. And they're going for more. They want Mane. They find Mane. But it's Cassia who dies first. Mane falls a second later. But the boss is now marching. The shield is gone on the core. The catapults are still doing a bit of damage. 91%. And this boss is just absolutely manhandling that keep. Coming in and just shredding this thing to pieces. This should be the end of the game right here. Catapults at the bottom are moving in. That's 4 catapults on their way. If they ever start to hit the core, then it's lights out and that boss is doing so much work. The red team gets cursed too. It's gonna be 3-0. Washed Up on their way to victory. They go for it and they actually make it happen. What a series. The result definitely not doing it justice. Great play. Washed Up with a 3-0 against F tier. GG.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description and check that out. Thanks in advance and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.